Hello everyone, my name is Philipp Espina. I am the pilot of the FPV Trex600 helicopter that you are about to see flying. So here I am starting up and launching my Trex600. This is actually the maiden flight of my Trex600. I've flown a Trex450 before, but this is the first time I flew my T6 FPV style anyway. So as usual, I just go around in patterns. The first thing I noticed though is that the 600 is a lot more stable than the 450. I mean, this thing moves like it's on a co-pilot or something like that without a co-pilot on. It's really such a stable platform. It's miles and leaps ahead of the 450 in terms of stability. It almost feels like a full-size chopper. Of course, I've never flown a full-size chopper, but compared to the 450, this thing is super stable. Our field here is the pro field, and it's not that big, so what I tend to do is I just go from one side to another, and it's not that big, but it's big enough for you to be able to get a feel of the helicopter itself. And on a helicopter, I've learned my lesson basically, and I if I want to fly far, I use a cheap foamy as opposed to an expensive helicopter. As you saw, I have my back turned towards the heli, towards where I fly. I do that because when the heli is in front of me, I find it distracting, and I tend to look at the helicopter line of sight as opposed to just looking on the monitor. And when I do that, I get disorientated, and it's freaky for about half a second after looking at the heli line of sight and then looking at the monitor and being disorientated. So I prefer to have my back turned from the heli and fly like that, because it makes it a lot easier for me to concentrate on the monitor. I believe I was using a 900 megahertz video transmitter on this. I had a GoPro, which is what the video on your right is recorded, and it's what you're watching right now. And I had a separate video camera, a dedicated FPV camera, also from Ready Made RC, which is just right at the bottom of it. So the view of the FPV camera and the view of the GoPro video were not that far apart, a very slight difference. And right now I'm trying to lower the heli down. I've done this a lot of times on my 450. So on the 600, it's the same kind of pattern I'm doing. I find it easier to go down this side because there's sort of like a runway that you can go down on, and it's easier for you to see where you're landing at. Although, since this being a maiden, I still found it a little bit harder and freakier to land just because of the nerves and stuff. But there you go, it's a successful flight, and I hope you enjoyed flying with me. Thanks for watching.